Ladies and gents, how are we? Oh. Okie dokie. So, it's Thursday, and it is extremely hot. It's lovely. Absolutely lovely. But yes, I hope everyone is doing well. Like I say, it's Thursday, nearly the end of the week. You know, let's get the thrash off and get some nice chilled music going for now. But guys, yes, it is Thursday. One more day until the weekend. Just to let you know, there's going to be no stream tomorrow because it's meant to be hitting 30 degrees, which means this room is going to be about 40 to 41 degrees, which I cannot do. But today, we got a few things to go over. I found a few things that we could look at. One was, yeah, no thank you, Bok one. It's, a lot of stuff's been going on, you know. I got a video that we're going to look at regarding a YouTuber who is now serving 4 to 30 in jail. So I thought I'd have a little look-see at that. But yes, we're going to go over a few things. And let's say, let's have a look at temperature. Celsius, isn't it? Celsius. Right. So it's meant to be 30 to 40 tomorrow in this room. So in this room, it's going to be absolutely stupidly hot. So yeah, so it's, it'll be 104 Fahrenheit in this room tomorrow. That's because it's just ridiculously hot. But, just let Bog go on there, whatever. But yeah, like say, you know, it is, what's happened recently? Like say, yes, put out a brand new video last night regarding Johnny Depp and the movie premiere, which, to be honest with you, looked absolutely amazing. And let's say, I didn't actually know it was a premiere until one of you guys told me. Because I was like, what the hell's going on? Because I just thought it was like a little private screening. But obviously, it wasn't. But this YouTuber we're going to be talking about today is called Ruby Frank. We actually put a video out about, it must be 2 years ago now. It has to be. And it was so sad, you know? And she actually ran a YouTube channel. And how big was the channel? I believe the channel was actually really, really big. It was something ridiculous, it was, because, so, yeah, Ruby Frank, 8 Passengers was the name of the YouTube channel. If I remember correctly as well, though, it had millions of subscribers. Where is it? Depiction in the media. Yeah, got a couple of there. Hey, Kel, how's it going? Yeah, see, you got some parts of the UK which is meant to be hitting like 34, 35, which again here in the UK, the humidity is ridiculous. I'd rather be in Florida with the heat that I had when I was over there instead of being here. It's just ridiculous how it's gonna go. But yeah, like I say, we're Ruby Frank, this woman here. And where is it? Going up by here. Oh, so as of June 2020, she had the channel at that time 2.5 million and amassed 1 billion views. You had beginning in 2020, one of the children, a 15-year-old boy, said that he had been banned from his bedroom and made to sleep on a beanbag for 7 months. Yeah. This woman is absolutely insane. But I'm actually glad that she has been sentenced to prison. But obviously, with all of this going on, the channel did decline in popularity. And everything just went, ooh, 28. Yeah, so we're here in Cardiff. It's meant to hit 30, and I'm like, oh, I cannot be in a room when it's like that. Because obviously, the way down here, like I say, even though we are close to the scene and we got Barry and everything else near us, it's just going to be ridiculous. It's just going to be so hot. It's just like, you know what? I need to spend that out. Yeah, let's say this woman is absolutely horrible. Like I say, we actually got a video. It's a 59-minute. It's the boy. It's all the cameras. It's all the CCTV, the police body cam, police everything, and it's just such a sad story to see. But we're going to be going into that in a moment. Like I say, we are just going to see a few things, get a few more people in. Tony, how's it going? Because obviously, we did go earlier, a little bit earlier today, but we shall see how it goes. But mostly, obviously, it is such a nice day. Like I say, what are we at the moment here in... What we got? Yeah, it's currently 26. And I am extremely looking forward to tomorrow. I got a barbecue on Saturday because I got my niece coming round, so we're going to do a barbie. So that'll be absolutely lovely. And we're just going to bask in the sun. There's actually a free mini festival in Barry tomorrow as well, which I may pop along to that, I'm not too sure. Not tomorrow, sorry, Saturday and Sunday. It's called Cadstock, which is put on free every year, which is amazing. But, yes, Liz, hello. But, yeah, so we're going to just drop down with the music. But, I'm going to pause that one and we're going to get into the video, folks. I'll turn it up now.
Well, what are they?
There we go.
Me to the nearest police station.
What's going on, son? Have a seat there.
Right. If you hear anything in the background, it is the air conditioning unit I got.
And I'm
Here we go.
I don't do naughty things.
The lives of family lifestyle influencers Jodie Hildebrandt and Ruby Franke imploded on August 30th,
I am so happy these people are in
2023,
prison.
when one of Ruby's 6 children was discovered weak and hurt. The other 5 had not been accounted for at this time, and law enforcement wasted no time in launching a full investigation. As the police delved into the twisted dynamic that had grown between the 2 women, they never could have anticipated the depths of the depravity the children were subjected to, or the mind-boggling justifications offered by the perpetrators.
I just want my kids back. I want my family back.
Yeah, so we're obviously now, say if people haven't seen it or whatever, we are talking about Ruby Frank. She was a family vlogger. And what it was, she was 8 passengers. It was huge. It was a huge channel. And obviously it's been deleted and everything else now. It's, yeah, it's not nice. She's been arrested, so is her friend. The father was kicked out. Tons of stuff. It's awful. But the kids are in a better place now.
I have a really hard time understanding that children can be full of evil and what that takes to fight it.
The following report is based on police records.
Oh, Cal, Wales is lovely.
Clarkson answered his doorbell at 10:46 a.m. on August 30th, 2023. He never could have expected his actions
Liz,
would
yeah,
kickstart a
it's...
nationally publicized police investigation.
Because this was huge.
However, as soon as he laid eyes on the young boy
Let's
outside,
say, obviously now with this,
he
there's
immediately knew
CCTV,
something
there's
was very,
everything.
very wrong. His Ring camera captured the heartbreaking
It's sad to
conversation
see
that ensued.
that, you know, he's trying to find help.
Yes.
Hi, I was just wondering if you could do 2 favors.
Well,
He's so lucky to have been able to get out and get to the neighbors.
The nearest police station. Well, actually, just one's fine.
Poor kid.
What's going on, son? Have a seat
Poor
there.
kid.
It's personal business.
This was actually the second neighbor the boy had attempted to contact. At the first house, there was no answer,
Aw, see,
so he'd been
it's...
forced to move on. The disturbing reason he was seeking help came out when Dan made this emotional call to 911.
I just had a 12-year-old boy show up here at my front door asking for help. Said he just came from a neighbor's house. He's hungry and he's thirsty.
While Dan was on the phone with the 911, his wife gave the boy, who introduced himself as Russell, snacks to eat while waiting for help to arrive. But shockingly, there was something more appalling.
It's just with this, like I say, I've covered this a couple of years ago. I haven't seen this whole video and everything else. It's upsetting, you know, to see that someone would actually do that to their own kids, you know? Oh God, yeah, Liz, I say, I am so happy that he was able to get out and get to the neighbours. I feel sorry for the neighbours as well.
About the boy's condition and his
because obviously
malnutrition.
The neighbours seen it. It's like
there's sores around him. Yeah, there's sores around him. I think there's a good chance he's been.
And he also had.
Oh, and he has been around his ankle
as well.
I mean, his wrist
Bloody hell.
This boy has been.
Needs immediate attention.
And yet, the most heartbreaking revelations were yet to come.
Okay, this boy has been. This kid has obviously been. I think he's.
Tony, I know that feeling.
He's been detained. He's obviously covered in wounds.
The poor kid, man, and say it wasn't just him; it was everyone else as well.
We need the police here now.
The police and an ambulance were already on the way. During the tense waiting period, Russell revealed that he'd been staying with his mother and her friend, Jodie Hildebrandt, since May. Terrifyingly, he added that he wasn't the only child in Jodie's house. His two sisters, ages 9...
Again, with this, the house is absolutely stunning. And again, House of Horrors. We always see this sort of stuff happening around, and it's absolutely sad to see. Absolutely stunning looking houses, where they were and everything else, and this is what's going on behind closed doors. Like I say, if you can hear like it's in the background, like I say, I do apologise, that is the air conditioning unit I got over there, because it's absolutely stunningly hot in here. And we got the window and fan on as well.
Inside.
Look at it, it's a lovely looking house.
I'll take more.
As Russell underwent medical assessment, more police officers arrived.
You could just see as well that the police, the ambulance crew, everyone is so upset and filled with emotion with this. I'm surprised that when they found the mother and everything else, they didn't either tase them, shoot them, or beat them up, to be honest with you. Because the emotions would have overtaken a lot of people. But Tone, yeah, let's say, coming back from places, it normally takes me a couple of days. You know, a couple of days just to reorganize and get back to readjust. Like I say, recently, I got a gig, festival next month now, which I'm looking forward to so much. But I know when I come back for like a week, I'm just gonna be being like, oh, I don't want to do that. I should do this, but I'm not going to, you know? Oh, Kel, we'll say this is a, it's a Black & Decker, and I'll take a photo now. So the one I got is that. That's all it is. But it does a lot of good blowing. Yeah, it does a lot of good air. It does get, obviously you gotta refill it with water and put ice blocks in it, but it works beautifully.
We need to identify that house, and if there's 2 other kids there, we need to go do a security sweep of that house and help them.
They were about to realize that they'd gotten there in the nick of time. As the police staged in Dan's driveway, a woman drove up in her car and announced that she was searching for a 12-year-old boy.
Oh, see, look at that!
Her name is none other than Jodie
We're looking
Hildebrandt,
for him. We got him. Watching you.
His family had been staying with. Cleverly, the police didn't tell Jodie how much they already knew. They just took down her address and said they would come to speak with her shortly.
Yeah, we're gonna get you, like, you know? Look at them, armed police as well, like, you know, got the rifles out, everything. Yeah, you, now. See, it's a lovely house. Oh, gate's open. Look at them.
Police officers, open up!
I do like those doors.
right there.
Yeah.
Contact. Don't move my mouth. Open the door.
They know she's there because the truck was there. Look how big the door is.
I need you to step out.
I have my attorney.
That's great. Step out of the house.
No, I'm not.
See? Straight away. She knew she was in the shit. She knew. I got my attorney on the phone. She knew she's fucked. I'm so happy that she's gone to prison.
I'm gonna step out
Step out of the house. Step out of the house.
Whoa.
We're just gonna see if anybody else. Is there anybody else home?
Wait a minute, how do you come to my house?
Right there.
Look, they come into my house. Do you have a search warrant?
We'll explain it after this.
You can't just come into my house without a search warrant.
Jodie was mistaken
There we
about
go.
the need for a warrant to enter the home because the police
But what
already
they did,
had
they
probable
can.
cause due to a 911 call that the neighbors had placed after Russell showed up at their door. There was a clear emergent need to enter, and a warrant wasn't necessary. The police must account for the welfare of the other two children.
It's just
They
the fact that she's like,
certainly had
I'm
their
on the
work cut
phone,
out for them, though,
my lawyer.
because
She
the
knew.
house was massive. During the search,
Look at
the
it.
police found one room that appeared to be set up for filming. This, they would learn, was because Jodie and Ruby both had a significant online presence. More details would emerge throughout the investigation, revealing the dark side of these social media influencers. To ensure that they left no corner unchecked, the investigators retrieved the blueprints of the house. This turned out to be a brilliant idea, as the schematics revealed something that might have been overlooked otherwise. Outside, Jodie did not appear to be shy about expressing her displeasure at the intrusion.
I have Airbnb guests over there. Probably scared them to death.
So,
Is there anybody
don't
else
care,
in the
like,
house?
innit?
Yes.
2 kids?
There's a little girl.
Just one?
She's right over here.
Okay.
The Airbnb guests were the least of the police's
Exactly.
worries right now. Following Jodie's instructions, they made their way down the hall to a bathroom with a large
Yes,
closet.
Liz,
What they
100%.
found inside was devastating.
I'm a police officer. Are you going for the union here? Hey, you okay? Is this just you in here?
Poor little girl
I'm
just...
Sergeant Tobler. What's your name? I just have one. Where's your sister at? Contact Margaret.
You know what? The kids now, obviously, they must be feeling so relieved when all this stopped. Again, they're going to have therapy for the rest of their life because of it.
Huh? You doing okay? You don't want to talk to me? Yeah, that's okay. Can you come with me though? We got Jodie out here. You know Jodie?
According to the information Jodie
Yeah, we have
gave,
Jodie
this
out
was
here. Do you want to
Russell's
see her?
9-year-old sister Eve.
Yeah, where's the other one?
Best buddies, but we're getting
Hey,
a
Bowes,
little
how's it going?
mad because he won't give me his shoes. Guess what?
That is true, Tony. Yeah, I remember reading about it because she got rid of the husband, didn't she?
Come here, I'll show you.
Despite the officer's gentle approach, she sat eerily still and quiet, hardly giving a sign that she could even hear him.
You take your time, bud. I'm in a hurry. I'm a police officer. Did you know that?
How's your morning going, Bowes?
I don't mean to hurt you at all. You doing okay? Are you scared? Yeah?
Yeah, damn right.
You're okay. Do you need help? I'm not gonna hurt you. Promise. See this right here? It's a badge. It tells me I don't hurt people. I'm just here to make sure you're okay.
Good, good,
You're
good.
scared.
I'm not
I
too
would be
bad,
too.
mate. Ooh, I'm going to pause just for a moment. What I am going to show you as well after this video. So if you can cast your minds back about a year or so, I did a couple of videos where I was walking around this massive park called Cosmeston here in... just with that down by there. Called Cosmeston. Absolutely beautiful place. And went there this morning. Went with my old man, my dad. We were walking around. And all of a sudden, they've decided to put like the TV series Wipeout, where the water and all those kind of things. They've decided to put that in the lake there, which is a big no-no because the lake actually has koi fishing and it has a lot of other things, swans, ducks, and everyone is up in arms and it's a monstrosity to look at. It is absolutely disgusting. So that's been my morning there. We went over there, saw all that, and we were like, what the fuck is this? But I'll show you after. It's absolutely disgusting what they've done.
Okay. You want to come with me?
Still, Eve didn't respond. They hatched a new plan to win her over with pizza. While they waited for the food to arrive,
happy birthday,
the
Tony, for
officers kept
yesterday.
her company with the utmost patience, refusing to rush her out of the
This
closet until
copper
she
here,
made the choice to leave.
He's so good at the job. He's like, yeah, look, he's not going to rush, going to sit down.
It's okay if I just sit here with you. We don't have to say anything. If you don't want to. Okay? I'll just sit here with you.
Meanwhile, back with Russell, the EMTs got a close-up look at the duct tape and wounds around his ankles.
Oh, God, yeah.
What they found was almost unspeakably gruesome. But even this was overshadowed by what Russell said next. In between bites of the snacks from the neighbors, he told the police officer documenting his injuries additional details, which made the situation all the more sickening.
Codependency and all this.
Okay? We're just trying to figure out what's going on. Our main
It literally is like, you're not in trouble at all.
Who put the ropes on you? Supposed to help you what?
The police report revealed the chilling answers that were redacted in the body cam footage.
Yeah.
Russell said that Jodie and his mother, Ruby Frankie, had restrained him with ropes to help him with what he'd been choosing. How the women had chosen to treat the resulting wounds left EMTs puzzled. The officer who spoke with Russell repeated the distressing details to his supervisor on the phone.
They put cayenne pepper mixed
Oh,
with
my God.
honey, and then covered that with
Oh.
the plastic saran wrap and then the duct tape over the wounds.
That, yeah,
Detectives
that
found
was
evidence of
8
the honey
passengers
and
from
cayenne
YouTube.
mixture in the upstairs
ex-YouTube.
bathroom, along with more ropes, used bandages, and other wound dressings.
A medical got there, they started cutting the stuff off him, and then you can see like the dark around his ankles.
Yeah, the
You can
channel's
smell it.
deactivated
When they
now
went
as
to
well,
go,
which is great.
Peel it, they thought it was some of the dressing. It was actually his skin that was peeling.
Obviously, the police wanted to talk to Russell's mother to understand what could possess someone to treat a child in such a manner. As of yet, though, Ruby Frankie, along with Russell's older sister,
Can't find
was
them.
still unaccounted
Yeah.
for. Jodie certainly wasn't sharing where Ruby was, as her behavior became increasingly strange as the house search continued. When this officer seemed unreceptive to her stare, she tried a different target.
You wait for me to say
Look at
something,
that.
or?
It's like, what do you want? I'll tase you.
Inside, the search went on for more
I
children.
just want to see people
especially
tasing
Julie,
them.
the
That's
older
all I got.
sister, Russell said, was at Jodie's house. There was no sign of her yet, so the police decided it was time to confront Jodie about what they'd found when referencing the blueprints. A safe room in the basement, locked with a vault door.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
You have a room downstairs that has a safe wheel on the front.
Mm-hmm.
How do we get access to that to ensure that there's no one else in this home?
Adam.
Huh?
They do need to search that there's nobody else.
Exactly.
Give them access.
Yeah, cayenne pepper would burn.
After further back and forth to get the lock combination from Jodie, a team returned to the basement to open the safe. Upstairs, additional officers were still trying to gain the trust of the little girl in the bathroom closet.
Found dead skin.
She found dead skin.
Dead skin.
Get out from underneath my bed. Right now.
Sorry, Mom.
I am more upset that you came in my room when you knew you weren't supposed to. You knew that it was a bad idea.
Yeah.
You're still going to have the consequence of not having your nails done for a month.
Mom.
It's a deal. Give me a hug.
Mom. Can I help you two to get paid? Because I want a lot of money.
You.
They likely hoped that the arrival of the pizza would change things in their favor, but they were in for yet another surprise.
Just seeing how she reacted there with the kids and everything else, and knowing what we know, it's literally like, you horrible bitch. You know, I am so glad she's there in prison.
I'll put the skin, okay? Whenever you're ready. You can eat.
Yeah, get pizza, get a drink.
Despite how painfully thin she appeared, Eve didn't go for the food right away.
Oh, God, yeah. See, well, with the husband, because he just allowed it to go, didn't he? But then he was kicked out of the house.
Eve proceeded to eat the entire pizza and requested 2 more large slices from the lunch that the police had.
Damn
As
right.
Eve ate,
She can
the
have as
plan
much
was
as
to
she
focus
wants.
on opening the safe, but suddenly a new priority emerged. With no warning, Ruby Franke, Russell and Eve's mother, arrived on scene. After determining that she had no weapons on her, she was taken to a separate area of the house to wait out the search. The police would check in with Ruby once they finished going through the house.
I'm gonna tase you now.
Left to look was
Just
the
tase
basement safe room. When they opened the
Should we
door,
have a-
though, they were
We're gonna look for tased people as well for another day.
At first glance, the room looked to be nothing more than a barren bolt hole reserved for emergencies. When they started opening drawers, though, they turned up some stomach-churning evidence. Handcuffs, a length of rope, and a carabiner. Based on the condition of Russell and Eve, the police received an official search warrant that enabled them to collect these items, along with many of the electronics, as evidence. But even after being in the house for hours, there was still no sign of Julie or the other Franke siblings. The only certain thing was what should happen with Jodie and Ruby. They were both placed under arrest for aggravated child abuse.
Okay, just place your hand behind your back for me. Perfect.
During the arrest process, the officers likely noticed some strange behavior from Ruby. She didn't say a single word, even when put in the back of a police car with Jodie. The police had to hope she would be more verbose when the time came to ask her how Russell and Eve had gotten in such
then she'll be
miserable
cooperative.
conditions.
Okay, go ahead and have a seat.
It's interesting shit because they know they're fucked. They know. Obviously, I'm on the phone with my lawyer. She seems to be the one who is more like, oh my God, what's happening? You know, I gotta get out of this. But Ruby's just like, we're done. We're done for it. And I'm so happy they are.
She not? Not anything on.
Even if I ask her a name or just like, not even ask them about things, she looks at me and goes.
While Jodie was at least responding to direct questions, whether she would respond to the hard ones police had in store was yet to be seen.
I'm a little nervous.
You're
nervous.
To be honest with you, if I was sitting over there, I'd be a little nervous too. So
I'd be nervous.
Don't worry about it. We're just here to talk, to get your side.
So I trust my
Just
attorney.
moving the keyboard.
He said, don't say anything. And I said, I have nothing to hide. And he's like, I know that, but just let me be there with you when you talk.
Nothing to hide.
So, you guys seem nice people. I'd like to just tell you.
I am. I love tasers. I think it's so funny.
I don't know if you're going to flip my word. I'm a psychologist. I've watched people flip things all the time. So I get it. I sit on your side.
Not anymore, darling.
It looks sad that I don't want to answer anything, but it's not because I'm trying to be difficult.
Even though Jodie refused to talk without a lawyer,
It's just the way that
trying to
she's
get
saying
information
it.
from Ruby
I'm
was
normally on your
astronomically
side.
More difficult.
We're just here to talk to you about kind of a few things involving your kids. So first, do you live down here or? Or do you live up north?
Let's put this up by
Do you
She's
want to
literally
talk
just
about where you live or how many kids you have?
It's almost like she's been advised, don't do it. You know, don't talk to anyone.
So yeah, this is just your chance to tell us. We're just trying to get your side of the story.
You may have something okay for you, you know?
Do that. But it's up to you.
I'll wait till I have a lawyer.
Oh,
Okay.
interesting.
So not to settle.
There was hardly any doubt that the two women
Constant
had done horrible
blinking, though,
things to Ruby's children. But with both women unwilling
Master
to
manipulator,
talk,
yeah.
the police still had no idea why.
Again, we've covered
Answers,
this with
though, were
AH
closer
and
than
her
anyone
lawyers.
thought. When the detectives first got to the police station, they found a surprise visitor waiting. Ruby's husband, Kevin Franke, was there, and he wanted to pick up his kids. With so many burning questions pertaining to the Franke
Where
family,
are they?
Kevin was detained and taken to a third interrogation room where he was read his rights.
How did you find out that you needed to come here to the street?
I received a message that I needed to come pick up my kids from the police department in Highlands.
And who was that message from?
Well, I prefer not to say right now.
Does it make sense that that would happen? I'm just not aware of anyone who did that from our department.
Right. And I'm not comfortable saying right now who reached out to me.
Okay.
Was that Jodie?
I'm not going to answer that question.
Yeah, it's like, Tony, it is. Of how many kids she's got.
However, it wasn't all bad news. Back at Jodie's house, Eve finally seemed to be warming up to law enforcement.
You don't want to talk? Okay. There's nothing at all you want to talk about at all? It's okay to talk to me.
Poor girl, man. Poor girl.
Are you scared? We helped your brother. And we got him some help too. And that's what we want to do for you. Is we want to get you some help too. We are safe. We will not hurt you, and we won't do anything to hurt you.
With them being quiet now as well, it's sad because they've probably been told by the mother and all that, don't speak to anyone about us. If the police come, don't speak to them. It's sad.
It took a total of 4 hours before Eve was willing to leave the closet with medical personnel. When examining her in the ambulance, EMTs discovered that she had wounds on her feet and decided that she and Russell both needed to go to the hospital.
Damn right.
Thankfully, as Kevin's conversation with police continued, he was willing to provide some crucial context.
And how many kids do you have, Kevin?
I have 6 kids.
So are they all living with you, or?
No, I haven't seen them for over a year.
Any of them?
No, none of them.
For a year.
Hey, Astrid, how's it going?
I've been in a separation.
How's your day going?
From who?
From my wife and family. Ruby invited me to leave the home while I thought about the choices that I've made in my life and the way that I've treated her.
And did you ever try to reach out to the kids, drop by the home, or was there?
Yeah, see, Bows, it's upsetting, isn't it?
When was the last time you saw her?
To see how thin they are.
The last time I saw her was the 18th of this month. We met to, she requested me to sign over vehicles, or the titles to the vehicle that she drives, that were all in my name.
When's the last time you physically saw Russell?
Literally signing over everything to me now.
The day that I moved out, July 24th, 2022. So my job is to financially provide for them.
I was trying to figure out how much of a role do you play in the caretaking of specifically of those 2 kids?
I pay the bills.
Okay.
With my job, I provide money, goes into a shared bank account, and that's my only involvement.
Jeez.
As the conversation went on, Kevin seemed to be just as in the dark as the investigators.
Yeah, mates.
Who lives in that home with your, is it ex-wife? Is it currently a separated wife? Like, who lives in that home with your children?
To be honest, I don't know. I know that she's there with 4 of the children, and our 2 older children have moved out.
This likely came as a shock to investigators. If there were 4 Frankie children still living at home, that meant they weren't just missing Julie, but another one of Russell's teenage sisters, Abby. Before launching into a frantic search, the detectives
the 2 children who have moved out, I bet you they are so happy when they were able to do that. I bet you they were like, oh my God, thank God. You know? Astrid, so, this woman here, Ruby Frank, she is, was a YouTuber with her kids. 8 Passengers was the name of her channel, which had millions of subscribers, over 1 billion views, and her friend are now serving 4 years to 30 years for child endangerment, amongst many other things. And the father was kicked out.
Decided to finish talking to Kevin, hoping he could give them an idea of where to look for the girls. As the conversation went on,
so with the father, when he was kicked out, if I remember correctly, when they were doing certain like punishments or whatever, he got to a stage where he's like, no, you can't do that. You can't do that. And like we were saying earlier with Tony, Nia, and everyone else, at the time, he was doing some things at the start of it which were very questionable, but obviously she kicked him out and everything else, you know? And now the father's there like, what the hell's going on? And with Jodie, the other one, saying that, oh, I'm a psychiatrist or a psychologist, I know how this goes. She has manipulated so many of those kids and the people. Makes you think, what else has she done to her patients?
The story only got stranger.
Who's this female Jodie?
Oh, she's written the book, is she?
Do you know
I'll have a look at that now.
Jodie?
She is a therapist and a life coach, I know. And she's...
Do you respect her?
Do I respect her?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think she's a very honest, truthful person, yes.
Okay. Is your wife a partner?
The House of My Mother came out this year.
A roommate with her? Your kids are living in her house, is what I'm trying to say.
I'm not aware of that, but I know that they've been in business for the last year, filming. So every week a podcast goes up and I listen.
So I'm sorry, for I'm looking by you now because this is what we got: The House of My Mother, A Daughter's Quest for Freedom. It's a documentary series on Disney Plus. Oh, it's now the subject of a new one. I'm gonna have to give that a watch. But yeah, so this is what it is. Goes on about it. Childhood was a constant battle for survival. Enforced a severe moral code while maintaining a facade of a picture-perfect family for their widely populated YouTube channel 8 Passengers, which rose to a staggering 2.5 million. Darker truth lurked beneath the surface. Ruby's wholesome online person and master more tyrannical parenting style. Yeah. That literally makes you think, yeah, this is it.
To it.
What's the name of it?
Connections with an X.
This would explain the film set discovered in Jodie's house. As it turned out, Jodie and Ruby both had a significant following on Instagram and YouTube.
Codependency and co-parenting.
And her accounts focused on counseling and family dynamics in alignment with the Church of Latter-day Saints, of which she and Ruby were both members. She called her program Connections and had written several books sharing her methods, and even taught online Zoom classes on the topics of family health and harmony.
I wonder how bad those videos or those programs are. You know, she's put, again though, it's talking about, like say with this now, we're going to say, oh yeah, how can she do these, but look what she does. We always see this with these type of people. The ones who try and shout and scream the biggest are normally the ones who are the ones who are the worst. You know, the ones who are showing certain things. We found that, you know, perfect example at this moment in time is, it wouldn't surprise me if we get some kind of upsetment, is, you'll see some kind of celebrity, which we probably will in the next 6 to 7 months. They've been advocating for whatever, you know, for, I got anxiety or whatever, and I need the human touch. It'll probably turn out that they're probably one of the biggest people going. A bit like how the person who had to go at J.K. Rowling for about the transgender situation, because they were a transgender person, but then now they've been sent to prison for life for doing horrible things to kids. There's so many things like that going on, it's absolutely nuts.
Ruby, meanwhile, created more slice-of-life content, cataloging daily life with her family as members of the Mormon faith. Her main platform was a YouTube account titled 8 Passengers, supplemented with an Instagram under the same name. In due time, the police would learn that the content made by
How much
Ruby
do
and
they
Jodie
actually
had
have
become
in
unimaginably
total then?
twisted behind the scenes.
Are you involved with their business efforts or no?
And were you involved in the 8 Passengers account with your family?
Yes. I was in the videos.
Recently, Ruby's online presence had undergone a shift. She rebranded to Truth Mom, but began focusing less on her own channel in favor of working with Jodie on Connections.
You guys got a lot of heat for neglect and child abuse. A lot of people commented those things on there. Why were they commenting those things?
That's a good question. We had a son who was acting out in very selfish behavior.
Is this Chad or
Yes, this was Chad. And, you know, none of this is...
Do you want to know what the worst thing is? So, yeah, million. So they had 2.5 million subscribers. The one they showed was the second channel, which is still up on YouTube. And it's got 20... Oh, my God. So that's the video we saw a little bit a while ago. No, I don't care about that one there. That's a fitting title, isn't it? Kids, take me to jail. As I say, literally, this year I was just looking now about it. It's like, obviously, why is this still up? I don't understand why it's still up. It should not be up.
Strange or odd, you could get on YouTube and find out all sorts of stuff on this.
Eventually, Ruby stopped posting on her private YouTube account altogether, which Kevin said eliminated 90% of
yeah,
the
that's the
family's
second
income.
channel there, the one we
Her
just looked at there.
last video on Jodie's channel, though, had come out just 2 days ago. In the interrogation room, Kevin shared more about the situation, which led to public outcry against the Frankies.
He was being very cruel and mean to his siblings that he shared a room with. And so we removed him from the room. And we said, you can sleep anywhere you want. Sleep on the couch, sleep on the pull-out bed, sleep on the floor for all we care, but you're not sleeping in that room with your brother. He chose to sleep on a beanbag. So 9 months later, he had made a lot of changes in his life. And he was ready to, and we had moved by that time. And so we had a new house, and he was ready to move into his own bedroom. Made a video about it. And
no, Liz,
in the video, he mentioned
the one I just showed you is their second channel. Like how I got Geeksome Plays as my second channel for gaming and stuff. That was their second channel. The main one has been taken off. The one that had to 2.5 million subs. Like I say, this one here, this is their second channel. As it says by here. We've added a second channel, so now you'll get even more content every week. And obviously by there, how many subs? 2.2 million views. But yeah, these should be taken down. 100%. It's funny how, like I say, that kind of thing there's still up, and some other people's channels, the people who've gone to jail for horrible things, but their channels stay up, but then you see people, I'll use Les and Stevie for this, they've had their channels demonetized and got rid of because they were sharing the truth. You know? Liz, I have 3 or 4 channels, I do.
something of the effect.
Yeah, I got a couple. See? There we go. I got my main one. I got my VOD clips, which is clips from this one. I got my vlog channels. I got a wrestling channel. And I got my gaming one. Yeah.
I've been sleeping for 9 months on a beanbag. And that is what all the uproar was about.
This wasn't Ruby's only run-in with the law. Shockingly, just 5 days before her arrest, she'd been pulled over while driving with her kids in the car.
Hello. You know how fast you're going right there? No. Okay. Got you going 57 in a 35.
Ooh.
Ruby was sent on her way with only a speeding ticket. Back with Kevin, he explained that the situation with his oldest son, Chad, was the catalyst for Jodie getting involved with the family. She was hired as Chad's therapist and had the boy personally paying her $900 a month. From there, her involvement with the family
shit,
only
900?
grew. How this could have led to the
I'm in the
breakup
wrong business,
of the family
folks.
and the near starvation of 2 of the children was yet to be explored.
During your marriage, how was disciplining your kids? How would you discipline your kids?
Yeah, I'm not going to answer that question.
Are you aware of the physical condition of your children?
No. No, I've chosen to trust my wife.
Oh, worst thing you could have done, bud.
That was part of the agreement of our separation.
Kevin was about to learn the harrowing consequences this decision has caused.
We received a phone call from 911.
That annoys me so much.
That a 12 to 13-year-old boy was knocking on doors in a neighborhood asking for food and water. So he had.
I'm sorry, what?
He had duct tape on his extremities,
no.
on his hands, on his ankles, and those were covering rope burns that were used to tie him down. Take a second and think about what I just said.
He can't fathom it. No, it's.
That's the condition of your son.
How are you meant to act if someone says that to you? Literally. We got your son. He's got rope burns. You know, he's very malnourished. He's thin. He's this. Got rope burns. He's been duct taped. He's been tied down. How are you meant to comprehend that? It's like how he is here now. You'd literally be like. It's almost like how I'd be like, nah. But again, no, he was with her for how many years? He's got how many kids with her? Be like, nah. No, they wouldn't have done that. But they did.
Given that information, your son was taken to the hospital. A warrant has been applied and granted by the Department of Child and Family Services to remove both Russell and Eve from your wife's care. Do you understand that?
Now I do. Innit?
Would you condone that behavior?
No, yeah, Bowles, you are right, yeah.
Would I condone that behavior?
It's the way.
My job is to find out.
Like you saying, my job's to find out. Yeah, mate, come on. He's told you he hasn't seen his kids for over a year. And now he's saying to him like that is literally, what are you going to do? It's like, well, I haven't seen him for a year. You know, part of the separation agreement was that I trust her with the kids. And when he was with her, some shit like that didn't happen. It's absolutely insane. But yeah, the cop is a bit full on and it's almost, you know what, Bo? Saying dirty is like the good cop, bad cop. You know?
That your knowledge of the treatment of these
based
precious
on your
children?
description, no. But again, I don't know the details or I don't know what's going on. But as you described that sounds horrible.
Disgusting. No human being should be treated like that.
The investigators stepped out to give Kevin a few private moments to come to terms with what he'd just learned. When the investigative team returned 10 minutes later, Kevin took the opportunity to ask a burning question.
What's going to happen? It's my wife. I love my wife.
I don't know. I'm being honest with you. I don't know.
Hey, Melby, how's it going?
I don't know if charges against my wife.
Possibly.
It's sad that he still loves his wife.
That night, the police...
Obviously, because it was only a separation, he probably thought there's a chance we're going to get back together. But no.
Decided that Ruby would be booked into jail to await her attorney. Even this, though, failed to get a reaction from her.
Makes you want to let you know what criminal charges for, so you're under arrest. It's going to be 2 counts, second-degree felony of child abuse or neglect, okay? Do you understand that or no? Are you okay?
Just nothing, not just
I'm
silence.
wondering if there's like a medical clearance that needs to, do you need medical attention before you go to the jail?
No, she's just acting like Michael
Have you
Myers
ever
is
been
not even
arrested
speaking.
I'm just concerned about you. I know you don't believe that.
Oh, you know
I've had
what?
an opportunity to
I
talk
bet you
to
the
your
look she
husband,
gave him then was like,
kind of worried
excuse
about
me,
your circumstances.
you arrested me.
Obviously, your children as well.
You thought you were
You're
Mother
sure
of the
you don't
Year,
need
but you
medical
turned
attention or anything like
into a bloody, horrible, evil woman.
Jodie, too, was escorted to a police car to be transported to jail facing the same charges. Still inside the police station, Kevin learns more from the investigators about the children.
And so, I mean, this feels like...
Hey, Glitter, how's it going?
Steam truck while you're sharing.
Yeah, I need to watch it.
Yeah.
I'll have a little look-see online, see if I can download it.
I thought I was just coming here to pick up my kids, and for what, I don't know what or why. But,
Exactly, Bows. Just tell them what's happened.
and I was planning on taking them back with me. Everything you're sharing to me just sounds like a made-up story. Like, I have no idea what you're talking about. Like...
It must have hit him like literally a bloody sack of potatoes.
It's just,
Like,
it sounds like a
what?
movie. And what you're sharing with me just
Yeah, sucker
feels
punch.
like a sucker punch. I feel responsible. Separating, leaving. It hurts. I know you're all doing your jobs. And I know you all have the best interests of my kids in mind. I appreciate them.
You know what?
Thank you. Thanks. That means
That
a lot.
is one job I don't think that I know, and I don't think I know that I could not handle it, and that is looking after kids who've been subject to this sort of stuff. I couldn't handle it. I would more than likely be crying every day. Because the way I look at things, it's like, we were talking about dogs the other day, you know? For me, kids and dogs, they're the best things in the world. Literally, I don't see how people can harm them. You know? It's like to me as well, like I say, my mates, they got a little 2-year-old, little Charlie, he's amazing. And kids' laughter, babies' laughter as well, is just so amazing. And seeing how this is what ex-wife or whatever, that woman, seeing what they did. And sadly, this is happening all over the world. There's these absolute monsters all over the world. And some of them are not even getting done. Some of them are even in power of certain things. And they allow this stuff to happen. It's sickening. Angel Wolf, how's it going?
My family back. My wife back.
It was doubtful either Ruby or Jodie would be getting out of jail anytime soon. Jodie grappled with this through the lens of religion while speaking with a friend she called from the county jail.
And I don't know if I'm going to be like some kind of example, but when I get out of here, I have a story to tell, and I'm going to try to do everything I can to protect the children, because that's what's happening. Is that kids are being just horribly abused. So I have just been begging him, like, you've got to explain this to me. Like, I cannot logically figure out what's going on here. I mean, I should be here. I haven't done anything wrong.
Ruby, too, made some equally baffling claims during her jailhouse phone calls.
But the most upsetting thing is that I am completely misunderstood. That is the most horrible feeling. Like, my own family misunderstands me. They misinterpret me. And poor Jodie, they misinterpret her. They misunderstand her. She puts her neck out on the line for people, and then they get mad at her. I mean, it is just horrendous. It's horrendous.
Your kids are literally got pepper on their wounds because of you.
And you know
Glad
what?
to see you doing good, Angel Wolf.
Justice Smith, every wonderful man of God has had to be misunderstood. And I'm a good woman. I don't do naughty things. This is the witch hunt.
It wasn't all dark and twisted news, though. In a stroke of luck, the police located Julie and Abby. Shockingly, they were nowhere near the family home in Springville. Rather, they were located more than 20 miles away at a house belonging to Ruby's friend and fellow Connections member, Pam. How she'd gotten there, though, remained in question.
Yeah.
Pam was handcuffed when the police arrived and agreed to answer some questions while waiting for additional investigators to arrive. While one officer sat with her, the other took the opportunity to check in with Julie.
Do you need medical attention at all? Okay. Is there a reason you're so scared right now?
She knows what could happen.
Us? Okay.
She probably thinks the parents are going to get
I'm
out or
sorry
whatever.
if you've had a negative interaction with law enforcement in the past, okay? My intention is not to scare you. Do you go to school?
Down the driveway, Pam was unhandcuffed when investigators arrived from Springville. She told them that she'd received a call from Ruby asking her to pick up 2 of her daughters while she dealt with a family emergency. Up until this point, the officers were under the impression that it was only Julie at the house, but Pam clarified that her older sister, Abby, was also there. Thankfully, neither she nor Julie appeared to be in physical distress like Russell or Eve.
Good.
Julie and Abby appeared hesitant to go with DCFS representatives when they arrived, but were safely taken into custody to await the outcome of the investigation. The uncertainty over Abby and Julie's whereabouts had been answered, but so many questions remained. First and foremost, the quandary of what could have happened to leave Russell and Eve so frail and traumatized. Kevin returned to the police station with his lawyer for a second interview. The additional details he was about to share were nothing short of astonishing.
Have you found the pen papers?
The pen papers.
So it described all of the visions and trances and everything that Jodie and Ruby went into.
How thick would you say it was?
It was like 3 inches thick or so. And there were hundreds of pages of written documents. It's something Jodie would not want found.
Yeah.
But she wouldn't want to destroy it.
Because we do have Ruby's journal.
There we go.
Which is from those dates that you mentioned.
These things are going to be so... The stuff she wrote in the pen paper, she would not write in her journal. The stuff she wrote in the pen papers was not intended to be read by anybody until God would decree.
It wouldn't surprise me, Liz, if obviously serving 4 to 30 years, but I think 30 years is the maximum where they could serve it, if I remember correctly, looking on her thing. What the hell's that over there? No, I don't want to drag widgets. And so 30 years is the most they could do. And to be honest with you, I would make sure she's in there for at least 15 years. At least. That's what I would do.
Okay.
I believe that's what we have.
To be honest with you, I'd tase them every day, though.
The documents found by the police were actually Ruby's pen papers, or just a journal. Regardless of what they were called, the contents revealed a wealth of heinous secrets. On July 10th, 2022, Ruby wrote, Eve and Russell have been in so much deviant behavior they won't control their bodily functions.
Glitter, you'll have to put that in the chat for us.
I never would have suspected the cold,
we'll have a little look-see at that for another day. Or
Ruby
today, see how it goes.
These sentiments in one of the phone calls she made from jail.
Adults have a really hard time understanding that children can be full of evil and what that takes to fight it.
According to the journal, Russell and Eve were locked in closets, made to do physical labor, wall sits, jump on a trampoline, stand out in the rain, and carry heavy boxes up and down the stairs for hours on end. When Eve slipped and fell while carrying the boxes, Ruby accused her of doing so on purpose, and then shaved her head as punishment.
And
this was just brushing the surface of what the children endured.
I've never had a kid quite like Eve, but she does not like to sit and listen. I don't know if that's just her personality and she just needs me to be more strict with her.
I think it's just
than what was required with some of the other
body
kids,
cam,
or if she is displaying hyperactivity tendencies. So I'm gonna try to figure that out today. I honestly don't know which way.
Oh
it's
yeah,
go.
literally
She
say
knows that
bounce,
I mean
put him
it,
in
and I'm gonna carry through
the
with
rough
it.
part with
If
him.
she absolutely is not capable, then I'm going to.
Because we all know that these type of people do not go well in prison.
Maybe take further measures to figure out if there's hyperactivity tendencies going on, or if she stays and she's really good and she listens, then it probably just means she needs a little bit more of a strict routine with her.
According to Kevin, the fight against so-called evil had not originated with the children. In fact, the downward spiral had begun more than a year prior under some very strange circumstances.
We went out
I'd love
to
a taser.
a dinner afterwards. And that's where Jodie really opened up to the women in a private conversation that she believed she was being tormented and haunted by shadow figures every night. And that was spooky.
So this woman is having these kind of dreams and all that. Ugh. Glitter Fox. We may have watched that the other day, because we did watch one where 2 officers did die. And it was the woman who was lying about it all. She said I was her boyfriend, but there was no one else in the car with her. That's when we watched.
Also revealed that Russell and Eve still sometimes failed to control their bodily functions. She presented this as a method by which they defied her. Back with Kevin, he alleged that Jodie's experiences had rapidly grown more intense.
She was walking along the beach with Jesus, and Jesus challenged her to go walk on the water, and it was a whole lesson on walking on the water.
And she was a psychologist. Her. And she's having all these... oh my God.
And that was still just the tip of the iceberg. The more investigators read of Ruby's journal, the more depraved the story became. Tuesday, big day for evil, she wrote on July 11th.
Jeez.
All night, Eve screamed and cried and hit her head on the tile floor. Today, Jodie confronted her. Eve admits to putting on a show for her mother. Eve said she wants to be pitiful. When the investigators read on and learned what torment Eve had endured to reach this level of desperation, they likely didn't know whether to be enraged or heartbroken. Jodie mentioned her experiences with what she called the spirit in one of her jail phone calls.
Oh my
when
God.
I feel the spirit, I have two physiological reactions. I get really like shaky, like I'm shivering, like I'm cold, or I feel heat, like I have a fever.
Bows, 100% with you, mate.
Like I was burning up.
Ah, and right, we'll have to find it. We'll have to get another one.
Gratitude, like, here's your answer. Here's what this is.
Back with Kevin, he revealed that
say,
while
I told you about religion with my family. Obviously, my dad's Roman Catholic, my mum's an ex Jehovah's Witness and stuff like that. And religion is the bane and the cause of nearly everything in this world. It's absolutely insane. That's something that is meant to be so good for people. You know, people go looking for it. If they want to do it, fine. But it's a thing that causes the most destruction as well, which is sad. You know? I speak with my dad about that, like I was saying, because obviously my dad is, Roman Catholic. And he's like, well, no. And he brings up things, obviously. And my dad, with religion, he knows Roman Catholic and all that, through and through, because he grew up with it. And to me, I'm like, yeah, but it causes so much death and destruction. It just causes so much hatefulness to people as well. You know, it's sad. It really is sad.
His alleged visions had initially seemed
and the
positive.
way this woman's going on, saying, "Oh, I was with Jesus. I was walking on water."
Things changed inside the house.
And
you're a lot of
a psychologist.
When she would go into possession mode, she would talk in like different voices. It was really creepy. But the voices would say, "She's ours. We're not letting go.
Jeez.
She is Satan's bride. She's mine. I'm going to marry her." If she was faking it, she believed that Satan wanted her as her bride.
The journal revealed that Eve experienced horrific punishments. This is the day Eve anticipates breaking her 2-day fast, Ruby wrote. I let Russell know she has hardened her heart and will do one more day of fasting to invite her to humble. Eve flips out and begins ranting. All day, Eve makes rhymes about "my mom starves me" and calls it fasting. In his second interview, Kevin continued his description of what it was like to live with Jodie.
I can't explain some of the stuff that happened while we were there, like crashes in the basement while we were talking upstairs, and plates.
Just look at the shit that she was doing in the basement,
flying off by themselves, like full speed, smashing on the wall and falling to the floor. And I don't have any way to explain it other than there's some crazy going on.
On other occasions, Eve was doused with water in the dog wash and made to sleep on the basement floor, and it only got worse going forward. Kevin, too, said that back in 2021, the situation with Jodie took a similar downward trajectory as she became increasingly entwined with his family.
Red ring with Mandie. Okay, don't go look at that now.
August, her bishop at the time, he's not her bishop anymore, but I mean, he was going over there every night, and he'd be there for like 4 hours. Then he'd be like, I'm fighting evil spirits. I'm casting demons out. There's crazy stuff going on. And finally, he got to the point where he's like, I can't do this anymore. Like, there needs to be some sort of resolution.
After the bishop left, the first attempted fix was for Jodie to move in with another family involved with connections. The opinions Kevin shared about what happened with that family reflect only his beliefs, and we have not been able to verify them.
According to that, after 6 weeks and trying to seduce the husband of the family, they kicked her out.
While there was no way to prove that Jodie had been held against her will, the police knew for a fact that Russell and Eve had been. Ruby documented one particularly horrific confrontation between Russell and Jodie, whom she refers to frequently as G-Jo. G-Jo takes Russell on a little walk to the pool, Ruby wrote. She talks on how Russell has love twisted. G-Jo then pushed Russell into the pool. Meanwhile, Kevin recounted the events after Jodie either escaped or was kicked out of the other family's home.
It was at that point that they said, why don't you take her up to your house? And I was like, oh, hell no. I don't want this in my house. But I was beaten over the head with it. Like, that's really insensitive. You know, she's done so much to help our family, and you're being selfish, and she has needs, and come on. Like,
and she has needs,
it won't be for long. And so I relented, and I was like, okay.
Later in his second interview, Kevin told the police about the drastic changes that took place in the Frankie house after Jodie moved in.
The moment she showed up in my house, just the weirdest crap started happening. Lights turning on and off, sounds of people walking in walls, and like sounds like footprints going up walls and across the ceiling, and stuff floating around. And I became the resident exorcist. That was the title I came up with myself. I thought it was kind of funny.
Bloody
Whenever
hell.
she started to go into a trance and go into possession, which started to be a lot. And Ruby would go up and check on her. It started like every 4 hours at night, and then it moved every 2 hours at night, then it moved every hour at night.
It's literally gone from being these two horrible people, they do this to these children. Now it's turning into the full-blown version of The Exorcist, or a cheap version of The Exorcist. What?
And then at some point, Ruby said, you know what, I'm just going to start sleeping in there. And if I need you, I'll come down and get you.
Kevin said that Ruby and Jodie began sleeping in the same bed. However, this was only the beginning, and soon Kevin noticed that he was being subjected to unique restrictions.
I could leave when I wanted, but I couldn't come back until Ruby gave me permission. I couldn't come into the kitchen to eat until Ruby gave me permission. And the upstairs where Jodie
I'll have a look-see now. Looks like, so I couldn't really find anything with it.
Ruby would dictate all of the terms of how our interactions would be when we would talk. No matter what I did, no matter how much I tried to track better, be truthful and not be selfish. Every week it was like, you're being manipulative, you're being selfish, you're lying, you're hiding something, you're still hiding stuff. And I really started to question my sanity, honestly. It became more and more and more and more and more isolated. Jodie had an approved list of men that I could make phone calls to.
This appeared to be a method Ruby repeated with
no
Russell
chance
at
there.
Jodie's house. Ruby recounted in the journal.
I was
how she
just
woke one
thinking
night
that
to
he
find
literally
Russell
got
missing,
cucked.
and a note
Literally.
written in pebbles on the balcony which read, "Jail. I will call when I get there." Panicked, Ruby said she and Jodie searched the house, then got in their cars and began driving around looking for Russell, which Ruby described as racing the devil. They brought him home. Disturbingly, she went on to describe the concession of letting Russell sleep in a bed and feeding him a full meal the next day as like stitching up a patient knowing you didn't get all the cancer out.
Okay, look at me. Don't say help anymore.
You just said it.
Yeah, so I'm very clear what I'm talking about. Don't say that again.
With this
You
here,
understand? Because next time you won't.
I don't understand. Well, to be honest, we know why they write this shit down. And she wrote down in the diary every single horrible thing that they did, and they tried justifying it. It's like, well, if you get caught, there's all the evidence against you.
Be smiling on your face.
Kevin explained that the situation never improved as everyone tried to appease Jodie and Ruby.
So I was completely cut off. If I went to my church leaders, I was seeking enablement. If I went to my family, I was seeking enablement. If I went to anybody, I was seeking enablement. I felt trapped. And that's where I was all the way up until the last week of July, when Jodie called me one day
out of the blue, and then you're going.
I don't understand why you're not getting it.
While everything the police had learned so far was certainly horrific, they would soon realize that it almost got unimaginably worse for the children. Based on the journal entries, the authors believed that the children's bodies needed to be engaged in painful good work as punishment. Just as Ruby and Jodie set out to look for rural land in Arizona for the Frankie children to work, Ruby got a text. "I found the land." As the move to Arizona loomed dangerously closer, it became obvious that the women wanted the pair to choose punishment over respite. In an emotional phone call made from her jail cell, Jodie had this to say on the topic.
Nobody wants the truth. Nobody wants the truth. Nobody wants the truth because these kids, I told Doug, I woke up, the spirit told me, it's all the devil. I mean, you've seen him, and he uses these kids, and he uses all of us as the adults, the parents that don't hold the kids accountable. So now it's abusive to make a kid sleep on the floor. It's abusive, or it's abusive to, that's ridiculous. You can't even raise your kids anymore.
This was the sort of
You
stance
weren't
Jodie
raising
put forth
them.
through
You
her
were
program, Connections. At its peak, her Instagram had over 10,000 followers, leaving the police to wonder just how many other children might have suffered the ramifications of her influence. Later, in the midst of the investigation, Kevin continued his story of his family's breakdown.
So that separation continued all the way up until the holidays, maybe. And then Ruby ended that separation. Jodie went home the second week of January.
Oh, Bowes, let's say, mate, it's...
Ruby, Pam,
I watched
Jodie
a video last night,
determined to
and within the first 10 minutes, I already had 3 minutes of ads.
I thought it was crazy. I thought it was
absolutely annoyed the hell out of me.
When talking with Kevin, the police learned just how far Ruby
in the end,
was
I just stopped watching it because of it. It was ridiculous.
She wanted to legally, work with Jodie's attorney to give Jodie 8 passengers and become an employee of Connections.
Oh, bloody hell,
the contract was...
Yeah, move everything
Ruby
over to her. Nah, ain't gonna happen.
And Ruby gets nothing in return. Our YouTube manager at the time was like, red flags.
Yeah.
I don't know how to tell you. She is scamming you. Ruby fired him.
Regarding this issue of Ruby and Jodie's business entanglement, Ruby made some interesting claims in one of her calls from jail. In fact, she seemed to be changing her attitude towards Jodie entirely.
Jodie Hildebrandt never was my business partner, nor was I ever her employee. I never received wages from Connections or Jodie. In 2019, I hired her as a counselor for my son, and then in 2020, I paid her to be my mentor. She's a whirlpool. She just pulls you.
Regardless of any legal business arrangements, finances became an increasingly central component of the travesty that befell the Frankie children. This became clear when police continued reading Ruby's journal and gained further insight into the disturbing reasons she and Jodie were looking into moving to Arizona. "Jodie and I took Eve out into the desert," Ruby wrote. "She went out into the heat, barefoot. Eve still tried to run. She screamed for another family, water, food, care, love. Oh, Eve, a manipulative ploy." Ruby's journal entry about taking Eve to the desert became even more heartbreaking. Apparently, it was only after Eve collapsed on the road exhausted that Ruby took her home. But not for long. The very next day, Ruby, Russell, Eve, and Julie all returned to the desert. For the next 3 days, the children were made to weed and tidy a cemetery on a nearby Native American reservation. They were not allowed to wear shoes or gloves, despite the fact that there was broken glass and thorns everywhere. At one point, Russell became so desperate to escape the heat that he stuck his head in the toilet. Footage of this suffering was captured by a local who explained in no uncertain terms to Ruby that she was not welcome there and that she would be filing a police report. This, Ruby wrote in her journal, was a sign that the devil does not want us to take Russell and Eve out of society. Apparently, relocating to Arizona was their chosen method of avoiding further unwanted attention. One has to wonder how long the plan to get to Arizona was in process, though, based on an interaction Kevin mentioned happened before the separation.
Ruby started threatening me with another separation. And just like, this isn't about money, this is about doing God's work. So
Mates,
we continue
it's
in that
like I said, it's
dynamic for the next 6 or 7 months.
ever since this new guy for YouTube has taken over. I don't know the guy's name. He is literally, I think he's destroying the platform even more. Just for the way he's putting in thing. Because I had an email last night. Was it last night or the day before? Anyway, it was in the last couple of days. Where they're asking now if you want to, activate this if you want to get chosen for more ads or whatever. And it's like, no. I want people to watch the video or watch the stream, maybe have an ad every hour. Something like that. And like I say, over on Twitch, I literally put it down to so it's like literally like a minute. And I want that just for nothing. But again, I've come off Twitch. All they care about now, though, is literally just making money. They do not care about the content creators at all.
Until she went on a trip with Jodie and Pam down to Arizona, and I think they, when I read her journal, she went into Mexico or something and bought drugs or something, like prescription drugs for the emergency kits. And when she came back from that trip, before she even brought the bags into the house, she pulled me in and said, I want to talk with you, and that's when she asked me to leave.
And so Kevin left and got an apartment in Springsville. At some subsequent point, Ruby also left the family home for the house in Ivans to live with Jodie, where the lives of her children would become a living nightmare. Back with Kevin, he said that when Ruby initiated contact again, he had no idea the sinister plan she had in store for their children.
Around that time, things with Ruby started, picking up, and I didn't understand why, but, Ruby wanted to meet in a parking lot and wanted me to sign over 2 of our cars, wanted me to sign them over to her name. I'm in total compliance mode at this point. Just I'm a good...
You've had 8 ads in 28 minutes. Oh, Melby, I'm so sorry about that. Like I say, because I showed Thingy the other day regarding monetization. And I've put it down. I've chose, obviously, we ought to let YouTube add them for you. Because I put it down as, where is it? Monetization. There. Which is conservative, lower earning potentials, yeah, but less interrupted viewer experience. That's what we want. I just don't want people to be like, say it's ads. Because ads, even though they pay for things, it ruins everything. This is why I am actually a big fan of ad blockers. I really am.
Good husband, you see, you can trust me.
Ruby's comments on the journal somehow managed to become even more disturbing. She wrote, "This girl would choose to be shot and die than to humble." Even that wasn't the most disturbing part, though, because after locking Eve in the closet overnight, they decided to treat her injuries from the cactus. Ruby said, "The spirit was very strong as Julie and I witnessed Jodie cleaning what did not deserve to be cleaned." Kevin continued his story, discussing the moment he found that his family had disappeared to live in Ivans, leaving their own house empty.
But when I returned to the house, everything was packed up, and a neighbor came over and said she asked for the HOA rules and mentioned to him that she wanted to rent the house out. Which I was like, are you kidding me? And apparently she wanted to sell the house, but couldn't because my name was on the mortgage.
In another jail call, Ruby revealed that the Arizona scheme had gotten further along than anyone yet knew. One shudders to think what could have happened if Russell hadn't escaped before the move.
I pulled the money and I have it in a bag.
With you? Do the police have it?
Well, I don't know what the police...
Sorry, go. House. There's ads over the chat window. What? No fucking way. I gotta have a look. You probably heard that. Yeah, I'll pause that there. You on mobile, yeah? Go on there. Oh, turn the volume down. Skip survey. Oh my god, that is fucking disgusting. When did this start? When did that start? Oh my god. Oh my days. Where? On the YouTube app as well. Jeez, that's bad. That's terrible. I absolutely hate that. Oh my god. Hey, Patty. No, Bow, I've just noticed now. Say, I don't use, like, my phone a lot for YouTube. But seeing that there, I paused the video and it came up on the side, an ad. Like, what the fuck? When you pause now, it's all about money to YouTube now, isn't it? They just do not care. Bloody hell. Yeah, we're in mid-meltdown now about this. This is absolutely disgusting. Like, see, guys, this is one of the reasons why you say I want people to come over to Kick. Because with Kick, literally, there's literally no ads or something like that. Sometimes there may be, but you can control the ads. If you want no ads, you can have no ads. Hence why you like the subscribing and all that kind of stuff. And seeing that there, that's disgusting. It really is.
But the bag was at Jodie's house?
They can't just take people's money. I mean, that's not right.
In a stunning twist, the person on the other end of the phone was none other than Kevin himself. In the days following Ruby's arrest, the pair made several phone calls where Kevin tried to ensure he received custody of the children and secured the money that Ruby had pulled out. Kevin's demeanor towards Ruby in these calls might be unexpected.
I am committed to our family. I'm committed.
Right, guys, I'm going to show you now. So, got a video going to be playing. It'll come up in a minute. Let's go forward a little bit so you can see the video. So there's that video. Video's playing. And it's not coming back now. I just had the ad. It was an ad down the side. Alright, let's go to another video. Let's see what happens with that. So, get rid of that. Pause the video. There we go. The video is paused and there's an ad on the side. That is fucking disgusting. Oh my days. Look at it. There's an ad next to the paused video. That is disgusting. That is terrible. The goth girl. The goth girl is Musing Myra ASMR. That is disgusting. You pause a video and it comes up with an ad. Wow.
you in our marriage, no matter what happens. I will be here to support you in any way that I can.
Well, thank you for stepping up.
This is
During
on
this
the
call,
pause
Kevin and
when you're
Ruby
watching a
agreed to
video
limit
that's
their contact
paused.
going forward to strengthen Kevin's chances of
That
gaining
is
legal
disgusting.
custody of the children. A discovery made the next day, though, blew that out of the water.
The bag's gone.
What?
The bag is gone.
What? What?
There's no bag.
The only thing more shocking than the bag's disappearance was where Ruby had gotten the funds in the first place. Kevin and his lawyer revealed the source of the missing $85,000 while
85
speaking with
Gs.
police.
That money, she cleaned out their bank accounts.
The kids' savings account.
Yeah, and yours too, your joint account.
Yeah.
That's where that money came from. So I don't know if you can have, or if I need to have a discussion with the county attorney. Kevin would kind of like his kids' money back.
Unfortunately, tracking down the money and attempting to return it to the children would likely become a separate civil case.
This here, now we're going to go back. Look at this. This is the basement of the house.
Tracking down the money and
You got a
attempting to
safe
return it to
door.
the children
It
would
literally
likely
looks
become
like a panic
separate
room.
civil case. While Ruby didn't comment on this directly while in jail, she had more thoughts to share the longer she was behind bars.
The devil is so sly. And
I love look now, Bows.
embarrassed it took such a huge slap to the face to wake up to it.
On another call with her parents, Ruby proofread a court statement she wrote to address her children and acknowledge her actions.
I would do anything in this world for you. My willingness to sacrifice all for you was masterfully manipulated into something very ugly. I took from you all that was safe and soft and good. I took from you your mother. How terrifying this must have been for you. I will never, ever stop crying for hurting your tender souls.
This woman,
You
man.
are such a very precious part of me. I'm so very sorry.
But no apology in the world could begin to undo the horrible trauma experienced by the Frankie children. In contrast to Ruby's attempt to make amends, Jodie's response was the same as it was at the beginning of the investigation.
The Lord says that first they'll lay their hands on you and persecute you, delivering you up to the synagogues and into prisons. And the children shall rise up against their parents and shall cause them to be put
She's
to
a little
death.
bit of a fruitcake.
That statement right there is what's going on with me. The children shall rise up and put their parents to death, and ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake.
Ultimately, Ruby and Jodie were charged with 6 felony counts of child abuse and neglect each. Rather than go to trial, Ruby and Jodie pleaded guilty to 4 counts of child abuse. Though their cases were adjudicated separately, they received the same
They know it would have been
sentences.
worse.
On each count, Jodie and Ruby were sentenced to serve between 1 and 15 years in prison. The sentences were to be consecutive, meaning
Well,
both
say,
women
Bowles,
could
I
be
got it by
behind
here
bars for
now,
up to
so I'm going
60
to keep an eye
years,
out for
which
it.
could be the rest of their lives. Kevin continues
I hope
to
they do go
lobby
to prison for the
custody
rest of their
his children,
lives.
who were taken by DCFS and placed in foster care. The Frankie's oldest daughter, Sherry, is writing a book about her upbringing
Here we
and has
go.
requested the public respect the privacy of her younger siblings as they attempt to
Damn
recover.
right.
While their current status is unknown, we can only hope that the Frankie children are at long last experiencing the kindness and gentleness that they deserve.
Yeah, that's just really, really sad, that is, man. It's seeing how they went about things. Oh, it's just sad. It's not fair on them. You know, it's not fair on the kids. All of that stuff there. But yeah, I'm actually really annoyed about this ad situation thing. Because when you pause a video, it comes up on the side. It's like, what the hell? Why? It does just go to show that they are literally all about making money and they don't care about anything else. Don't care about the creators. Like I said, folks, this is why I would love for everyone to come over to Kick. You know, because like I say, Kick is such... It is a good platform. It's like Twitch. But obviously, it's... It is basically Twitch, isn't it, you know? No way, Bows. I don't care about that. pause that one by there. But yeah, like I say, with Kick, there's a lot of good stuff over there. I would like, like I say, I would like to move a lot more people over there. But I do understand that a lot of people, they don't want to just keep making new accounts for different places. But, you know, it is what it is at the moment. But folks, I think I am going to finish because I am sweltering in this room. And it's insane to even... Yeah, Bows, I just had a ad. Oh my god. That's terrible. That is absolutely terrible. Oh, Tony, yeah! Like I say, because with Kick, I would love to get nearly everyone over there. Because, you know, we got Matt Lovely channel over here. Oh, gonna pause that. But we got this here, you know, Bowser's there now. Oh, Inception. Ooh! It's just gonna keep going now. Inception, Inception. Oh, that's getting freaky even for me to look at. Even for me to look at there. But, yes, Mel, come on, Melby, yes, if we can, it'd be amazing. Like I say, what I will do, I'll put it in chat. That's the link over there. And, like I say, it's, all you gotta do is follow over there, that is literally it. And from there onwards, you can watch a stream. And say, Bows, has there been any ads on Kick for you? Anyone? Tim? Are you still here, Tim? Has there been ads for any of you? And let's say, yeah, Tim, no ads. But yeah, let's say we got Tim, how's it going, bud? Let's say we got that there. And, yeah, see, Bows, Tim, it's been nothing. You know what, Angel? I've been looking for Kick. Like I say, it's not on the PlayStation yet, because I go in my room just to watch it now and again. But I do have my phone, I can do it. Hey, Tim. Like I say, yeah. Let's say we'll try and get people over on Kick tomorrow and other days. Like I say, I will let you know if there's a stream tomorrow. Mostly because it is meant, in Cardiff anyway, to hit between 30 and 35 degrees. So it's like nearly 100 Fahrenheit for the Americans. And obviously, as I don't really have any aircons per se, I have a little, like a big ice fan there. But what we'll do, see, we've been live for an hour and 40 minutes nearly, and there's no ads over on Kick. So I think that's the place we need to try and go. But I will let you know, we probably will be live, you know, for an hour or two maybe. Same as today, we'll watch a few things. But Tony, what I will do... Right. Tony, I can't find that, what you're talking about. So we'll have a little look-see, YouTube. Right, so... Oh, no, I want to just get that tab. I'll get that tab there. Red Rain. Like I say, it's... Red Rain song. So this is what I got. When I put Red Ring into YouTube, Tony, it comes up with this. Yeah, say, Liz, you should be able to do it. Say, just go on the link I put in chat. It'll bring it up for you, and it may say that if you want to, you know, create an account, you know, like to follow and all that kind of stuff. Right, Tony, do you have a link for it? I don't seem to see it. I must be putting Red Rain, Frankie. Mandie Lion, right, okay, oh. Not Manny, Mandie. Right, this one by ear. Yeah? Okie dokie, right. So I'll get rid of that. Without poly, yeah, okie dokie, yeah, okie dokie. This is the one, yeah? Okie dokie, yeah, this is the ones, right. I'll spam the link now for you guys as well. There we go. I'm liking the beat for it. Oh, you know what? We may not be able to watch the video. I just realised how violent that is. Oh, with it. My fault. My fault. I had the music on. Yeah, Mel, that was my fault, Melby. You should have it now. There you go. That's the other link for it, folks. I like this. Oh, Angel, yes. But yeah, so a certain part of 35, yeah. So they say, Kel, you say we all know, I am literally heavy metal through and through. Sadly, Tony, if I show that, the video will get demonetized and it'll be limited to be able to be shown because the video is very graphic, even though it does say it. Hence, I've only got to get a little bit of it showing. I like this. Like I say, I won't be able to do it all. Like I say, it is. I'm gonna put this link in the chat as well, if other people want to watch it later on, because I like that. There, it's really, really good. I like that. But Cassandra, oh, a bit late to class you are, because we're leaving. We're finishing. We are finishing right now, because it is so hot and stuffy in this room. Even with an air conditioning unit, it's absolutely horrible. But, go back. Oh, there we go. Turn that down a little bit. There we go. Yeah, so tomorrow, folks, we'll be around. We're going to try and get everyone over on Kick. Hopefully, we're going to try. If we fail, we fail. But we can always keep trying, because literally this ad situation now for YouTube is absolutely disgusting. I didn't know that if you're in chat, even if you pause things. So, Tone, with that, for all, you know, with the way he's showing it, his video could already be demonetized. We don't know. That's the thing. Like, I got some videos which are demonetized and don't get shown to people, even though they are there. And the way YouTube have done their ad situation recently is... Actually, I'll try and show you something now. Yeah, so you know what? I'll show you something now. Come on, no, go there. There we go. So... I'll just upload a random video and I'll show you what we need. Like, say, obviously, for that video there was quite a bit of gore and blood and everything else. So, oh, no, I don't want to go live. No, I'm already live. Like, say, I'll show you by here now. Upload video. I'll just upload a random one. We'll just do this one here. And when you go into the ad and the monetization part, so we know this, not made for kids, we'll do on. So when you go into the ad suitability, this is where, like say with that one there, because of the adult content and the violence, it would be, even though it's graphic, it is graphic game violence or graphic cartoon, you click that and it goes limited by here, see? Limited ads, which basically means the video is dead. You know, even though people can see it, the ads will be limited, but you will be able to get YouTube Premium from it, and that is it. Which absolutely sucks. But this, let's say you got one by here, it'd be like, you know, none there, same as that one. If it's law enforcement, so like the ones we see, you know, or like video game, that's what you go for there. But with that one there, it would be limited. Which sucks, because there's so much thing, and because it's shocking content, it will be like graphic images of human, animal, or whatever. Go there, limited. The way YouTube do their ads is some of the worst things going. You know? Oh yeah, that whole thing with YouTube now, like even if you've so my wrestling channel is not monetized at all, and people get ads on it. All that money goes to YouTube. Nothing goes to the creator, which is bullshit in my eyes. But that's what we got by there, folks, for that one there. But guys, thanks ever so much for coming along. We will be back tomorrow. Like I say, we will put obviously we got the Kick link, which we will put in the chat one more time. Okay, not that one there, because that's a bit too much. But folks, I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Enjoy the rest of your day, folks.